Hey guys, welcome to my Barbarian Assault Defender guide. This guide will be a three-part series. The first part will be luring runners, the second part will be multi-killing, and the third part will be luring healers. This will be for beginners, and it'll be kind of to show you guys how to play like the pros do. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So in this first video, I will cover luring defenders. There are specific spots on the map to place food so that the runners will always go to the trap. Um, this works better if you're level 2 defender, but at that point, it'll basically be a foolproof method. So I'll go in now and I'll show you where these spots are and basically what you want to do at the beginning of every round. So once you've picked the defender role and you have a team, the first thing that happens is you'll spawn into the arena like this. The first thing you want to do is left click the blue defender dispenser and you'll get three different kinds of foods. So you'll get tofu, crackers, and worms. And you can left click these to drop. Um, and basically when you drop them, nearby runners will be lured towards it. If you're level 2 defender, your range will be increased, but after that it does increase your range, but it's not as important for the main meta of the game. Level 2 defender will do. So basically the healer will call for you. So here you can see what the healer is called, crackers. That means you will drop crackers. That will be the good item to drop. In return, you will call for the healer. So for example, here you want to call meat. So you use the defender horn, right click, and tell meat. So that will be what you want to do to call. This call will change every 30 seconds, so you will have to keep calling. After you've grabbed your food, you can make your way to the trap. There is no delay on the food, so as soon as you've got your food, you can click away and cancel the animation. On your way to the trap, call for the healer. So all 9 tiles that are touching the trap will kill a runner if the runner eats that food. The only ones that we will be using are this one here, and we can use this one here, but I prefer this one because when you're standing on this food, you can fix the trap without having to move. If you are level 1, you might also use this south spot if a runner goes south from the trap. Another thing we can do is place a safety food. So basically, right now the call is tofu. If you drop any wrong food here, this is called a safety spot, and it can be anywhere kind of close to south of the trap. If a runner eats this, it will go back north and will recover a lost runner. So this is very helpful for beginners, definitely, to place a safety food in case you lose any runners. So basically the spots that we want is the safety food here, and we will also drop one food right here. Well, this will be one of the spots, but usually we drop 3 to 4 right here. So we saw where to place food at the trap. Now there's 2 other spots. There is the main stack and there is the trail spot. The trail food can be anywhere within this square. The optimal place to put it is right here, so not on the trap or on the spike. If it is on the spike, this will not work. You want it to be not touching the spike. So the best spot is right here. You will want to place one food here, and I usually place it down on my way to the main stack. The third and final spot for luring the runners is the main stack, and that is just to the left of this spike here. So we will want to drop all of the remaining food that we have. If you drop 3 here, 1 here, and then the rest here, you will usually have about 4 foods left, and this is usually enough for most of the waves. So yeah, you want to drop them right here. This is also just one spot next of this one, so a good way to remember is just one tile left of this spike and one tile left of this spike. Some other spots will work, but this has proven to be the most efficient spot as far as luring different runners from different angles. So another thing that I forgot to mention is that when you do drop a food, if that food was the right food when you dropped it, it will remain good for the rest of the game until it despawns. So you don't have to worry about picking up food or dropping more food. In later waves, what you will see is that we will drop more food at the trap just because they get eaten by the runners. But otherwise, there is no need to replace the food that you've already dropped. So now I'm going to do an example of what you're going to be doing on every wave, which is grabbing the food, calling, and then the 3 spots to drop the food. I will also show grabbing the hammer and the logs. Ideally, you should be getting the 3 spots placed before 18 seconds. At that point, you might lose a runner in one direction or another, but if you do it by 18 seconds, you should be good. So the first thing you do is grab your food, you click away, and you can call for the healer. Our call is crackers, so when you get to the trap, you drop your food, drop 3. If you want, you can drop an optional food down here. On the way, you can drop another trail food, and then you're going to drop your main stack right here. So sometimes the first runner will go west. If that happens, they should be able to see the main stack. They will come back, and then they will run to the trap. Normally, right after I've grabbed my main stack, I will grab the hammer and 1 or 2 logs, depending on the wave. I run back to the trap, drop more food for the next runners if they are there, and I stand on them. This prevents more runners from eating the food while I'm fixing it, because if runners eat the food while the trap is not fixed, then you will just waste food, and sometimes they go south and you can lose them. So now I'm going to show you guys an example of wave 6. Wave 6 has more runners. It has 6 instead of 2 from wave 1. So you'll get to see a bit more the process. I am going to do multi-killing in this one. Don't worry about how I do it. I'm going to cover that in the next video, but I am going to do it. The main thing to take away from this example is just how to set up at the beginning, where to put the food to lure the runners. So I will tell you guys what I do, and I will say when I'm multi-killing, but don't worry if you don't understand it, I will explain it in the next video. So here's the wave 6 example. So first thing you do is grab your food, click away, make sure to call for the healer. The call is worms, so you can put crackers or tofu here as your safety food if you need it. Drop 3 of the right food. On my way to the main stack, I'm going to drop a trail, drop the rest. This is still a good spot for the trail. So I'm grabbing 2 logs for this one. Alright, so now the trap still has 1 use. I'm going to wait for this guy here to eat. These guys just crashed. I'll explain that later, but basically if you're not level 2 defender, sometimes this might mess you up. So now I called for the healer. Don't fix the trap before calling for the healer, because sometimes that wastes time. So now I'm just standing on it. I'm waiting for them to accumulate, and I did drop more food here. I'm going to try this multi-kill. Not sure if I'll get it, but no. So now if sometimes you miss a multi-kill, you can stand here, and they should multi-kill themselves if you just stand under them. And that's it. That was wave 6 right there. If there was still any left, you could fix the trap again. And now we wait for everyone else. So I'll do one more example, I think of wave 9, and then that'll be it for this video. So this will be my last example, wave 9. This is the wave with the most runners, so you'll get to see how I play that one. If you use the method of food placement that I've shown you, then it's generally pretty easy to get the runners just to come to the trap. Whether you want to stand on the trap food or not is up to you. I generally prefer to stand on it and wait for the runners to come, and then you can kill them all either at once or as they come. But I will show you guys, I do put my main stack at a different spot. This is up to you guys where you want to put it. The one that I showed you will work for everyone at level 1. The one that I use, that I will use in this example, only works for level 2 and above. Is just what I've gotten accustomed to, and this is just what I'm used to, but it does change how you will do the multi-killing. So I'll just show you guys this example wave 9, and then I'll do exceptions in the last clip, and then that should be it for this video. So you'll grab your food, call, you can place an optional safety food, trail, and then main stack, which I put here. And then for this example, for this wave, you want to grab 3 to 4 logs. I'm just going to grab 3. Call, drop more food, fix the trap, and now it's basically just waiting for the runners to come and fix when you need. And now what I'm doing is luring, which I will show in the third video, and this is just to help the healer out by trapping his healers to make his job easier. So that's it for this example, and the next clip I will show you guys a couple exceptions where you will want to drop a food at a different spot. There's only really two different examples, and I will also show you a good trick for luring healers that you lose if they go too far south. So sometimes the first runner will go west twice. If this happens, he'll be around this location. He won't be able to see the main stack to recover. If this happens, drop a food right here and they will be able to come back to the main stack. If, however, a runner goes west 3 times before you are able to place the main stack, or if they don't see you, you're going to want to place a food under the second log, the northwest log. And if you do that before he does his fourth move, which rarely happens, you should be there before he does his third move. But if this does happen, this food here will actually recover the runner all the way back to the main stack. And then when they get back to the main stack, they can get back to the trap, and that will fix any problems like that. Other than that, there shouldn't be any runners going down the middle. If you are level 1 and a runner crashes, which is an example that I showed I think on wave 6, when a runner crashes, it's because they had their food eaten while they were aiming for it. Sometimes they will run down the middle. If you're level 2 or higher, this shouldn't be a problem. Hopefully it's not a problem, but if it is, I will show you how to lure runners that come from they're too far south. I will show you how to bring them back north. So if a runner goes too far south, all you have to do to recover them is drop a food that hasn't been called. So I think this might be the right kind. Yeah, so instead of doing the chomp, they'll do this, and then they'll go pretty far north, and that's how you can recover them. So right now the call is crackers. So for example, if I drop worms nearby, they'll go for that just like any other food, but instead of just going along their track, they go right back north, and this really helps for getting them back to where you needed them, or if they're really, really far south, just to get them at least so that the cannon can shoot them. So yeah, basically that's what you want to do if a runner goes too far south. Just drop a wrong food close to them and they'll be good. So thanks for watching the video. That's it for the luring guide. In the next video, I'll cover multi-killing. So just a couple things I wanted to say. Thanks for helping me, Navis, Actually Jim, Generics, and Habitus. They helped just do the other roles while I was recording, so thanks to those guys. That's it for this video, so yeah, check out my next one. I'll explain how to multi-kill if you want to learn how to do that.